The T-Rex is way scarier than you think, and the hoodie guy is gonna tell us. He has some of the craziest informational videos that we're gonna be reacting today, and let's go.
These are 4 animals you didn't know were best friends.
Four
First,
animals
ravens and wolves work
friends?
together to hunt, where ravens will
Raven and wolf hunt together? What
fly
are you
around
talking
looking
about?
for prey, then flying back to the wolves, getting their attention and leading them to the animal
Wait,
they
they
saw,
can talk?
waiting for the kill and sharing
So
the
this is
meal.
like
Next, hermit
Zootopia.
crabs
I didn't know animals could talk to each other.
and an enemy basically team up together to survive. Since an enemy can't move fast, the crab will pick it up and equip it on its shell. The anemone
like
helps
a
defend the
backpack.
crab with its stinging tentacles, while
My
the
boy
crab
is Kratos over here. He's putting him in the backpack
gives
to
it
watch
much
his back.
faster transportation and also shares scraps of its food every time it eats.
What is that, by the way? How is that an animal? That looks like some leaf.
Next, coyotes and badgers hunt together. Since coyotes are better at covering ground and badgers are better underground, the coyote will chase the prey on land, then if it goes under, the badger will take over, leaving the prey with no options or ways to escape.
Wait, but here's the thing. Why would a badger share food with the coyote if you already got the
sharing
food?
their meal.
Why would
Finally,
they share
humans
food
and
though?
wild dolphins in Brazil work together to catch fish. The dolphins will find a school of fish and herd them towards the fishermen. When the fish are close, the dolphin will slap the water with its tail, signaling the fishermen to cast the net, causing the fish
Okay, I don't believe this one. This one sounds too good to be true. You're telling me a dolphin is partnering up with a fish? What? With humans?
scatter and get disorientated, so it's easier for the dolphins to catch, rewarding both of them. These are 4 animals you didn't.
Yo, if you guys could team up with an animal, what would it be? Me personally, it has to be the tiger. I mean, his aura is just insane.
These are 4 animals with the most depressing lives.
4 animals
First
with
is
the
a
most
cicada.
depressing
You
lives?
hatch from an egg, fall into the
Cicada,
dirt, and
what is
dig
that?
straight down. With no wings or
Yo!
eyes, you wait underground for 13 to 17 years doing nothing but
17
eating and growing.
years!
And after all of this waiting, they dig to the surface, live for about 3 weeks, and die. Next is the
Yo, 17 years to be underground just to die in like 3
immortal
weeks is
jellyfish.
crazy. Okay,
You
yeah.
aimlessly float around the ocean, and when you get sick,
Yo, these guys
injured,
need to be
or old, you
patched or
don't die.
something.
Instead, you sink to the bottom of the ocean, turn into a blob, and reset back into a baby, stuck in an infinite loop
Wait,
of
what? Yo, infinite life! Yo, scientists need to study this guy right now. Yo, hoodie guy, tell the
where it only
scientists.
ends if you get mangled alive by a fish or a crab. But even worse is a male redback spider,
How's that
where
bad,
your only
though?
purpose
You
in life
live
ends if
forever.
you get mangled alive
I don't get how's this bad. I
by
would
a
love to live
fish or a
forever.
crab. But even worse is a male redback spider, where your only purpose in life is to sacrifice yourself. As female
what?
redbacks are 8 times bigger than the males, and during mating they only breed for
Hey,
a few seconds,
yo!
then diving into the female's mouth and getting brutally eaten alive to help
Hey,
fertilize her
yo!
eggs. Then lastly, the
Nah.
greenland shark. You're born in total darkness and freezing cold Arctic water, and can only swim slower than humans walk, where your daily routine is swimming alone in the dark, eating remains of dead animals, and eventually going blind from parasites in your eyes. Doing this again and again.
Okay, the last one is the most depressing thing I've ever heard in my life. But I think the craziest one is, yo, how are you gonna go make a baby and then let your mama eat you? Like, what? That's crazy. Oh, Mother Nature's crazy.
The Titanic was a lot more horrifying
Titanic
than you
was
thought.
more
It was
horrifying.
far
I
worse
thought we
than
were
what
just
you
gonna
learned.
watch animals, but
why?
apparently-
First off, you would be sleeping when it hit the iceberg,
Oh
waking
my.
up to a loud
Loki,
bang
I'd
and
love to
shake
go
in
on
the
a
middle of the
Titanic
night.
cruise, or
And
a
at
cruise in
first, you
general.
wouldn't
Let me
even
know if you
realize
guys
what
would too.
happened. Most people going back to sleep thinking nothing of
Going
it.
back
And
to
only
bed?
20
What do you
minutes
mean?
later, you would start to hear commotion in the halls, being told to go to the top deck immediately. Still in your night clothes, thinking it was some kind of drill. At this point, the crew already knew the ship was going down, but you wouldn't even know it yet. Only
Wasn't it
feeling
like
a
pitch
very
black
slight
too?
tilt in the ship.
Like, it
On
was
the top
very
deck,
dark
they would
'cause it
try
was
to
like
keep you
12 a.m.
distracted
at
by
night.
playing music while slowly releasing safety boats to
Keep
prevent
you
panic,
distracted,
where
the
only
boat
women
is
and children
sinking!
could escape first. But as time moved on, the tilting grew much worse, where people on the bottom
Did that say women and children only? I'm pushing every woman and child ever.
panic, where only women and children could escape first.
I'm
But
joking.
as time moved on, the tilting grew much worse, where people on the bottom deck would start to see water flowing through the halls and rooms, standing in a large crowd for over an hour waiting to hopefully get
An
a lifeboat.
hour? What
But
is-
as the clock neared around 2 a.m., a slow realization would
2 a.m.
take place that there's not enough safety boats for everyone. At this point, the entire ship would go into a full panic, needing to fight against the crowd to try to get onto the last few boats. Within the panic, the ship would tilt even more, causing the power to go out, which would
my
be pitch
days.
black since there was no moonlight on that
Exactly,
deck. At
that's
around
what I like.
2:18,
People,
the
it's
tilt
like
would become so
literally
extreme
black,
it
you
would
cannot see
eventually cause
anything.
the ship to snap in half.
Why did it
Many
snap?
people
Hold on, why did it snap? What?
flying
I
off
thought
or
it's
being
metal,
hit by
like metal
debris.
is very
And if
strong.
you somehow stayed on the ship, it was now rapidly sinking, where your only choice was to either dive into the pitch black 28 degrees water trying to find a
28
lifeboat,
degrees.
or stay on the ship slowly being lowered into the water, freezing to death. The
Yo, that is the most. Yo, Hoodie Guy is making me scared for my life. Guys, check him out down in the description because his videography is insane.
Have you ever wondered why nothing attacks a capybara?
Yo, capybara is friends with everything.
Nearly every living
They don't
being
care.
on the planet. But
Okay,
why?
pull up.
First off,
You guys know that
capybaras are
meme?
naturally calm and very social creatures. They don't care if you go near it or bother them. They're also herbivores, so there's no need to attack other animals and are basically
But that's the
friends
thing,
with
why don't
everything.
other animals
Known to
attack
hang
it?
out
Like,
around
I've seen a
caimans without
capybara
getting
with-
attacked
yeah,
and also
exactly.
riding on top of them. We're even extremely
Like, you see what I
vicious
mean? How? Did he say? I wasn't paying attention.
everything. Known to hang out around caimans without getting attacked and
Bro, the sharks, not sharks, the crocodiles are like, hey, yo, like, are we supposed to eat
also
this
riding
guy?
on top of them. Where even
Yo, he got
extremely
himself a
vicious
car.
animals like jaguars and pumas are seen chilling with them as well. But still, why don't these deadly animals
Exactly,
attack it?
why?
Well, in reality, you've been lied to. Because
What?
most of these clips you've seen of them chilling around these predators is simply because they're already full. Or just too lazy to hunt them at that moment. Meaning capybaras aren't always seen as friends. Have you ever wondered
Yo, no, I thought they were just cool, like their natural hormones or whatever. But man, what happens if they're hungry? They're gonna get eaten.
Did you know there was a bear that fought in World War II along
A bear? Yo,
Did you know there was a bear that
what is
fought in
this?
World War II alongside the Polish?
What is this,
It all
Paddington or
started when a
something?
group of soldiers stumbled into a kid selling a baby bear in the Middle East, trading it with the kid for some food because they thought it was cute. And in the beginning, it
Where
was
did the
nothing more
kid
than a
get
pet,
the bear
feeding it milk
from?
and honey daily,
In the
keeping
Middle
company in
East
their
too.
tents, and even naming it
Aren't bears
Wojtek.
living
But
in,
over time, the
like,
bear grew
cold,
giant,
harsh
over 6 feet
weathers?
tall and 500 pounds, planning on leaving him behind until they realized they could actually utilize the bear, deciding to register him into an official
no
military
way.
rank
Bro,
called
is this
Private
real?
Wojtek.
Is this real? I'm
Bypassing
actually gonna
laws
check
not
it after
allowing
this.
animals to travel, where Wojtek would actually work on the
Private
front lines
Wojtek.
with the Polish, helping carry heavy artillery shells or anything too heavy,
why didn't he
saving
kill
tons of
any
energy.
humans? I'm so
Even off the
confused.
battlefield, he would help detect spies, since every time one snuck in, they would freak out after seeing Wojtek, letting everyone know you.
Oh, that is so smart. Now I gotta see if this is real. Private Vortex. Never mind, it's real. Oh my god. Oh my days. This is the greatest. I didn't know our history was this good.
These are the terrifying steps you would face if you got chosen to fight in the Colosseum. First, Roman guards would break down your door
Why
and
did
pull
they
you
fight
out
in
of
the
your
Colosseum
home.
in
If
the
you
first
couldn't
place?
pay your
Like,
debt
come
or
on.
a criminal
Oh,
or
like, you
even
know,
a
boxing
slave, you
matches
could get
today? I
chosen
guess
at
that's
any
why.
random moment. Next, they would shackle you up and drag you through the streets, scraping your entire body
my
as they made their
days.
way
Yo,
towards the Colosseum. But it
just
gets more brutal.
bring
They'll
your
then
car.
march around with your body through crowded streets as an example, letting people spit or hit you as
Hey,
they drag
yo!
you everywhere. And eventually, you would be taken underneath
Why are
the
they
Colosseum,
spitting, man? He's
pulling you
already
through a
gonna
dark
fight for his
hallway
life.
into
Don't
a
make it
holding
worse.
cell with nothing in it except a cold floor, forcing you to stay in the cell for multiple days or even weeks as they decided your fate and advertise your upcoming fight. And it was nearly impossible for you
that's
to sleep,
crazy.
hearing the crowd chanting all day and people dying
That's
directly
crazy.
above
These guys
your head.
promoted
Even
to
at
see
night, you would
people
hear
watch you
wild
die.
animals as they kept them in the same room as prisoners.
Wild
Next,
animals
after
too.
all
I
this
thought
waiting,
Colosseum was just 1v1 battles
on a
against
random day,
gladiators.
they'll suddenly unlock your door and pull you out. You're now about to discover your fate. If they gave you weapons and armor, you could possibly be a gladiator, fighting
Ooh.
other prisoners, having the best chance at
Okay,
survival.
that's
but
the
if they
best.
handed you a dull wooden sword or a towel, your life was already over.
What do you
Facing
mean?
the punishment called Dominatio ad
Dominatio ad
Bestias, being
Bestias?
thrown into one final small
Why?
pitch black cell, hearing the crowd roaring around you, praying to fight something easy.
are you gonna
Eventually
fight?
opening the
Yo,
door in front
don't
of
tell me
you,
it's like a
walking
T-Rex
out
or
and
something.
seeing a crowd of over 50,000 people
MG!
cheering for your death. And
That's
in
like
a
as much
moment
as
of
my
truth, the
subscriber
Roman
count.
guards will raise a small platform within the Colosseum.
Hey, no way. He's fighting a lion with a wooden sword. Come
Being
on.
met with whatever animal you have to face, which they specifically starved and agitated. You could try to fight back, but the best thing you could do is
That's crazy. How are you gonna survive with a wooden sword? Like, what? Yo, chat, fix this.
T-Rex was a lot more horrifying than you initially
Oh,
thought,
no. What
and
do
were
you
way
mean?
deadlier than what you learned.
Oh
But
my
why?
days.
First off, T-Rex had padded feet, meaning you wouldn't even hear them coming, only feeling the
Yo.
vibration of the ground
Nah,
and
nah,
sounds
nah,
of branches
nah,
snapping
nah.
around you until it was
Oh
too
my-
late. But it gets more terrifying. They had better eyesight than eagles and could easily see you from over
I thought if you didn't move, T-Rex can't see you. What?
3 miles away. And since they had binocular vision, they wouldn't see you from the side, but stare directly at you. Even if you tried running away, their sense of smell
Yo,
was
I'll
so
be honest. If I see a
directly
T-Rex staring at me like this, I'm moving planets, bro.
at you.
Hey, no,
Even
I'm
if you
moving
tried
planets.
running
What do you
away,
mean?
their sense of
What
smell
did I
was so
do?
strong they could track you down for miles, constantly following you. Sometimes even hunting in groups to catch you. But worst of all, they had one of the strongest bite forces on the planet. Meaning, when they caught you, they wouldn't just eat you. Instead, they
They would
pinned you
eat you
down
alive,
with their
right?
legs and ripped you apart piece by piece. The T-Rex
Yo, look, Rexy's my favorite, but damn, bro, he's a villain.
Ever wondered how we domesticated dogs and turned
We
them
just
into a
kept giving
man's
them
best
food.
friend? It all started about
That's like
30,000
basically
years
like
ago, where
wolves.
humans and
Dogs are
wolves were
wolves,
pretty much
basically, yeah.
enemies. Wolves would always try to sneak up on humans and try to scavenge leftover bones and food, and humans would typically kill or chase them away since they were aggressive. But
what
sometimes
happened?
there were wolves that weren't aggressive and simply stood near camps without
just
bothering
wanted free
them.
food, I'll
Noticing
be
this,
honest.
humans would
That's
only
smart.
give the calm ones more food, and since they actually helped scare away predators and even warn us when something was near, we didn't mind them.
Can't we
Where
do
these
that in
calm
real life,
wolves
though?
began
Like,
shadowing
bring a
around
wolf and
humans
then
all
try
the
to, like,
time, and also
not
helped
a
us
wolf,
hunt,
like a
share,
bear,
and
let's say.
catch. And
Or
over
even
time, we
wolves.
got so used to these wolves, we even began letting them live with us, only breeding and helping the ones with calm genetics and fighting off the aggressive ones. And
How do
throughout
they become
multiple
aggressive, you
generations
know?
of breeding, humans pretty much reshaped wolves' DNA to be friendlier towards us. And thousands of years later, slowly became the dogs that we had.
Bro. Hey, bro, is that you're telling me that's a wolf? Oh, give me a refund back, bro. But can you do that with other dinosaurs? Not dinosaurs, animals, like a bear. Imagine we have a baby bear.